no matter the location. From O-A-K-L-A to LV, I'm a Raider.
Raiders Report is presented by Manscaped. Every guy out there, go to manscaped.com/Raiders. Every lady watching the Raiders Report right now, make sure your man is groomed down there. Manscaped.com/Raiders. The link is available in the chat. It's available in the description. No excuses. 20% off and free shipping. First question coming in from Power Raider. Do you think that Doss will get a chance this year? He's already been activated. Right now, he is one of the players that the Raiders are protecting on the practice squad. Him, Magnuson, Eberle, and then Mabin are the four players the Raiders are protecting. Right now, he has the best chance that he's getting right now because of all the other injuries. But I also think it goes to show that he's still not quite ready. He's not quite there, or else the Raiders would have given him a shot. Power Raider, appreciate the super chat, though. All right, Raider Nova, did we make a mistake taking Ruggs over Lamb? I'm going to say yes for the simple fact of I had CeeDee Lamb ranked higher. I thought CeeDee Lamb was a better fit for this team, better yards after the catch, also a better blocker. I don't want people to sit here and say, oh, Mitch, look what CeeDee Lamb's doing, though, in his stats. You can't look at stats because that Cowboys team is historically bad on defense. Dak Prescott right now is on pace to throw for like 6,700 yards, so he's going to get a lot of yardage. But do I still think that Ruggs or that Lamb should have been taken over Ruggs? I do. And I'm sorry for saying that, but it's not so much ripping on Ruggs. It's that I just thought CeeDee Lamb was a better receiver. Super chat time from Zornell Malone. Much appreciated, my man. We need an impact player on defense. Also, CF is not the answer. I see CF being traded after the season. So you're talking about Clelin Ferrell. I mean, Clelin has definitely not been worth the top 4 pick, right? I mean, it's pretty frustrating when, you guys got mad at me when I first said Cle is a good player, but he's not worth a top 5 pick. When you go out and see a player like Josh Allen, who's been very good for the Jags, was up for the running of Defensive Player of the Year last year. I mean, Cleveland's had a better year than what he's been getting credit for. However, when you're drafted in the top 5, you're drafted to be a future Pro Bowler, right? I don't see Clelin Ferrell ever being a future Pro Bowler. He's going to be a solid player in the NFL, but he's never going to live up to, I think, the number 4 overall pick. In terms of him being traded, I would still be a little bit surprised because if the Raiders move on from Cle after 2 years, that's them admitting loss, and I just don't think that Mayock and Gruden are going to admit loss that quick. Chris Gang, what up? It's Crosby time to put up or shut up about sacking Mahomes week 5. Yeah, so if you guys remember this offseason, he didn't deliberately say that he's going to sack Patrick Mahomes, but he basically was like, Patrick Mahomes is going to hear from me. Now, he should have had a sack last year against Mahomes, and he ended up getting fined. It was like $17,000 for hitting him, which was a total BS call. But yes, Crosby's got 3 sacks this year. He only has 4 pressures. But if you want to be in the conversation as being one of the best elite edge rushers in the league, if you want to be in the conversation of being one of the best players, you got to go out and try to get Patrick Mahomes. This is the week to do it. So if you're a diehard Raider fan looking for just non-stop Raiders coverage all season long, heck, even into the offseason, we make videos every single day. We've made a video every single day on this channel for about 2.5 years. We're getting close to 1,000 videos on this channel. That's crazy. It's a reason why we're the number 1 most watched Raiders channel on YouTube. It's one of the reasons why we get the most viewers every single week than any Raiders YouTube channel. We love the nation, and if you are a part of Raider Nation, go ahead, click that big red button. Kenny, my man, he's always on here. Our defensive front 4 is the worst. No pressure whatsoever. Josh Allen was able to sit back there and have a steak dinner. This defense stinks. The defense right now does stink, yes. And no pressure whatsoever. They're ranked right now 29th in the NFL in sacks. I mean, this is a league predicated on being able to get after the quarterback. And if you can't do it, you got to start making some changes. So I get it. We rip on the secondary a lot, but the front is just as much to blame as the secondary. The Raiders need to be able to figure out and get after the quarterback because they ain't doing it. Is Paul Guenther a good coach? Y for yes, and for no. John Gruden, he was recorded this week saying that Paul Guenther is a good coach, and guess what? We're going to talk about it here. So Y for yes, and for no. I'm going to make this the pinned comment on today's video. Is defensive coordinator Paul Guenther a good coach? Super chat time. Alberto Beltran, get a picture. Do you think that the Raiders have to score 30 or more to win? Right now, yeah. You're giving up 30 points per game. So you gave up 31 to Carolina, 24 to New Orleans, 36 to the Patriots, 29 technically the defense gave up. And then you just got worked by the Bills. So if you want to beat Kansas City, yeah, you're going to have to put up over 30. Manny Villegas, how do you think Trayvon Mullen played through 4 weeks, and do you think he's the number one corner? He is easily the number one corner on this team, and I don't even think it's up for debate. I'm going to give him an A grade. Really, the only time he's been, I'll say, below average was the first half against the Carolina Panthers. He made his corrections, and he's been very, very good ever since. Trayvon Mullen is playing like a number one cornerback in the National Football League. Rodgers the Iceman Smith Jr. I believe the only way we can win is for Carr to run more and keep their defense honest. More eyes on him equals less eyes on receivers. You don't want Derek Carr to run more, and for the simple reason is he can't hang on to the football. If you want a quarterback that's going to run more, you need to go out and get a new quarterback. I don't think that the answer is Marcus Mariota. I know it's not Nathan Peterman, but if you're going to run it with Josh Jacobs, because he's your best option on offense. The Chiefs, if you can beat them on the ground. They're giving up 161 rushing yards per game, which is about 29th in the NFL. But no, I'm not going to run the football with Derek Carr. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do it. Let's go Power Raider. Okay. Give them some stick 'em. These fumbles shake my head. Yeah, I mean, the Raiders have been fumbling all over the football field. I mean, Derek's lost 4. I believe he's fumbled 5 times. Darren Waller had a costly fumble. Josh Jacobs in week 3 had a costly fumble. I agree with you. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie The Little Giants, but if you remember the wide receiver that couldn't catch, he's got that stuff on his hands and he can't get his hands apart. That's what the Raiders need. So if somebody can find me him, where he got it from, let me know, because we got to get it out to LV. Whew, this is a serious question here, okay? Who do you think's trimming up down there? Name a Raiders player who you think uses Manscaped. Out of all the players on the team, who do you think uses Manscaped? And if you think that nobody does, well, then guess what? You're wrong, because I know a few players that do. Go to manscaped.com/Raiders. 20% off and free shipping. If you're trying to be like the Raiders players, go get yourself the Lawnmower 3.0. It's the best male grooming tool out there. It's safe in the shower, no tugging whatsoever. The battery life on this bad boy lasts about 8 hours or so. Plus, the blades, you can switch them in and out. You're never going to find a better tool. I promise you, I use this thing every single week. Manscaped.com/Raiders, how you get it. The link is available in the description and in the comments. Joe Patino, Trent Brown, next FAB. I don't know if there's ever going to be another FAB because of all the crap he put Raiders fans through, and even, heck, you can even say even the Patriots at this point and the Steelers. But Trent Brown is getting close to just being a nuisance, and the fact that it bothers me when a player isn't able to play, and then you check his social media, he's tweeting nothing about the games. He doesn't even look like he cares about the team. And then when he was on the field, he's standing behind the players, not locking arms. After the Raiders win the first 2 weeks, he's the only dude in the background pouting. I'm starting to get pretty frustrated with Trent Brown, and I think all Raider fans are definitely up there with me. Jay Dizzle, faux shizzle. If the Cardinals keep losing, could you see us trading for Pat Pete, and what would it take? The Cardinals aren't going to trade Patrick Peterson. I get that the trade deadline's about a month away. It's on November 3rd. We'll be making a lot more trade videos, but no, the Cardinals aren't trading Patrick Peterson. Jeff Rodgers, what up, my man? Should we blitz Abrams more? I mean, you can blitz Jonathan Abram all you want. I mean, he needs to play under control a little bit more, but here's the issue. You blitz Abram more, you then get even worse in the secondary. Do the Raiders need to blitz more? Yes, they do. They need to be able to figure out a way to get more pressure. But you blitz more, and then you put more pressure on players who've been struggling. I mean, the Raiders have a real issue on defense. Financially free and 123. Okay. Mariota's 2-0 against the Chiefs, and he was not even in this division. I mean, you're not wrong, but you're also talking about when Marcus Mariota was a lot better. He has not been good. Put Mariota and shock the Chiefs. Well, you got to be active first. I mean, Mariota's not active. I'm not putting him in. Maybe you want to run a few trick plays? Sure, get wild. RNFL, put Mariota. He is undefeated again. I mean, y'all are just really going for this. All right, how about this? If you want the Raiders to put in Marcus Mariota, start spamming Mariota right now in the comments. I mean, I don't think it makes any sense. I think it's kind of dumb because Derek Carr, I want him on the football field because he is a lot better than Marcus Mariota. Super chat time coming in from Zornell Malone. Khalil Mack, I would have paid and trade DC for a 4th and a 6th round pick. 3 years ago, I would have found another quarterback in the draft. You know what? The more and more I look at it, I mean, the Raiders I still think won the Khalil Mack trade because you did get a lot of good players and you got Josh Jacobs there. But not having Mack definitely hurts, right? And not having an elite edge rusher has really hurt this defense. I don't know if I would trade DC for a 4th and a 6th 3 years ago because you probably could have gotten more for him. But it's definitely looking like maybe the Raiders should have figured out a way to pay Khalil Mack. Chris, you're next up here on the Raiders Report. Continue to use #Raiders, or you can super chat to get your questions featured on the show. Mitch, was it a mistake to trade Bowden as he was a wide receiver originally? I don't think so. It's tough, though, to not give a player a chance, but it's also very alarming the fact that he's not even playing with the Miami Dolphins, a team that lost Albert Wilson, a team that lost Allen Hurns to opt-out, a team that's even, I don't want to say depleted more at the wide receiver position than the Raiders, but you're getting pretty close. And Bowden hasn't looked good with Miami. All reports that he's not really ready either. I think this is one of those things where Mike Mayock thought he was smarter than everyone else, and I think Mayock's good at evaluating talent. But this was a swing for a home run you clearly missed, and instead of getting nothing in return, you laid down a sack bunt and at least got a 4th-round pick back. That's my take on it. Now, speaking of Lynn Bowden, I put this on my overreaction video on Monday. Who's been the best rookie so far for the Raiders this season? It's a tough question. Is it Henry Ruggs, Brian Edwards? You can't say Tanner Muse. He hasn't played. Amik Robertson hasn't been good at all. John Simpson has been really bad as well. I mean, it's probably Brian Edwards. And he's got 5 catches for 99 yards. You look at the 2019 rookie class for the Raiders. It was one of the best. This 2020 class has been bad. And that's really the only way to put it. Yeah, everyone's saying Edwards, maybe Ruggs. It has not been good whatsoever. Jaden Jensen, Derek Carr needs to throw it down the field more. You're not wrong. John Gruden, though, also needs to be able to call plays to get it downfield. But also, players need to get open. I mean, if you watch the game this past week against the Bills, if you watch the game against the Patriots were triple teaming Darren Waller, and the receivers still couldn't get open. Last week against the Bills, I mean, nobody's getting open down the field, and then the only time somebody does get open, Nelson Aguilar catches a 49-yard touchdown, but it doesn't count because Foster Moreau, illegal formation. Yes, the Raiders need to throw it down the field more, but nobody's open. What the Raiders need is Henry Ruggs to get back out there and get healthy again. Elijah, what up, my man? I saw a super chat come in. Remember, use #Raiders or super chat to get featured here on the show. We need Jacobs to go off this week. I think he'll be the key factor to us winning, and I don't want Carr running too much. Yeah, I'm with you. If the Raiders want to win, you keep the offense of Patrick Mahomes off the field. You run the football down the throat of the Chiefs, and you got to keep this game as low scoring as possible. That's how the Raiders win this game. All right, hero fall time. Appreciate it. I love Clee, but I'm still shocked we passed on Josh Allen. I still remember being at a bar during the draft and my friends teasing me for that pick. I'm with you there, and I hate it when everyone's like, oh, Josh Allen wouldn't have fit the Raiders scheme because he's a 3-4 type defender. Josh Allen is athletic enough where no matter where you put him, he's going to have success, and he's been able to show that for Jacksonville. And he's been on a very bad defensive team. One of the, probably if not the brightest spot. You could also say Miles Jack, he's been pretty good as well. But yeah, Josh Allen, very, very frustrating that the Raiders ended up passing on him because he has been way, way better than Clelin Ferrell. All right, let's go to Kenny. Another super chat coming in. Waller is also to blame. How the hell washed up Josh Norman was able to punch the ball out? Waller is way too strong. I think it was a veteran play by Norman, and it was also Waller for a split second losing concentration. That's what happens. And it was a huge, huge killer because it's 23-16. The Raiders are marching down the field. Ball gets punched out, and then it's a 49-yard bomb where Stephon Diggs put Eric Harris on a poster. But, yeah, it was frustrating. Kevin Robbins, what up, my man? How many Chucky heads for Rodgers 21? I mean, it's got to be like a half of a freckle of a Chucky head because Aaron Rodgers right now has been on an MVP type level. I mean, it's between him, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Russell Wilson, I would say right now for MVP. And I mean, I would even say Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers right now are in the top 2. They've been incredible, but if Aaron Rodgers wants to come play for the Raiders, sorry Derek Carr fans out there, Rodgers is way, way better than DC, and it ain't even close. So let me know here. Will Derek Carr be the quarterback in 2021? Type DC for yes or type nah for no. And it's a tough one. If the Raiders go to the playoffs and Derek can prove that he is in the conversation of being a top 10 quarterback, I say you keep him. If we're still wondering whether or not he is there and whether or not he's ever going to be good enough to carry this team, then in my opinion, you got to look at other options. Now, the issue here is, who do you go with in the draft? Because you're not going to be bad enough to get Trevor Lawrence. You're not going to be bad enough to get a Justin Fields. And you might be in the conversation to get Trey Lance, who literally just declared on Tuesday. And then in terms of the free agent quarterbacks, it's tough, right? It's a really, really tough decision. So for me, Derek Carr, is he going to be the quarterback in 2021? Type DC for yes. Type nah for no. Also, I saw a super chat come in. Appreciate it. You didn't have a question. It's from Think Critically, so appreciate the $5 super chat. No question. If you have a question, throw it in the comments. We'll do our best to get it up there. Now, DC for yes. Type nah for no. Shady's typing DC. Isaiah says yes. And then David just says go out and trade for Cam Newton. Ricky Morales, what up, my man? Mitch, do you think that the Raiders are better than last year? It's tough to say for the simple fact of I haven't seen the Raiders fully healthy this entire season. I do think with a fully healthy team, this is a better team. But at the end of the day, if you're not winning games or if you still finish at 7-9, it's tough. But yes, I do think that the Raiders are a little bit better, but honestly, not by that much. Or at least not by as much as what they should be, because when you go out and get players in free agency, the Raiders need to start getting some of these players in free agency to work, because it has not been good whatsoever. Nathaniel Rubio will answer a few more, and then I got to get out of here. I got to go to dinner. So, Nathaniel, to beat the Chiefs, we have to do things we don't normally do often. Take shots down the field and blitz. You're right. If you want to beat a team that is, let's face it, better than you in all aspects of the game, you need to surprise them. You need to have a few things go your way. You need to force some turnovers as well. So I'm with you. You're in Las Vegas, even though the game's in Arrowhead. Roll the dice, get ballsy here, and try to beat them in Kansas City. Think Critically gets the last question because he did get a super chat in, but forgot to put a question in. Do you think DC has not been making good reads down the range and not looking off his primary receiver? Derek Carr has never really been a very good quarterback of first read doesn't work, he panics. That's just a fact. I mean, Derek, when his first option is there, he looks like one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League. But when the first read isn't there, he does. He panics, and it's a check down. Now, it's also primarily to blame on Gruden, because it's also part of the offense that they run. Now, I said earlier in the show, hey, if you guys want to get some shout-outs, follow me on IG. So shout-out to BladeHouse33, LV Still VR, and then Frank Ytevez. I don't know if Frank K. Trez. Appreciate the follows on IG. If I missed your question, hit me up. I'll check my DMs at MitchellRenz365.